So last weekend I got to go to Yelyu Geopark, and it is a very famous park because it's got all these funny rock formations, and the most famous one is the Queen's Head. So I got to see the Queen's head, in the form of a rock. Anyway, it was on the coast. It was gorgeous. They have these funny concrete barrier things. I don't know what their function is, but they look cool. And there's a lot of scuba diving and snorkeling, and you can even kind of see someone hang gliding in the corner of that picture. And there's these funny restaurants like Shark Bites Toast, which sells sandwiches, obviously. And a lot of temples, and it's a big tourist trap, but it's very, very cool. And it's absolutely beautiful. So there's more than just the Queen's Head there. There's also a lot of rock formations. And you can kind of see the beach. There's all these different ones. There's the Queen's Head there. And there's also several others like the candles and the princess shoe and other stuff that, we could have gone around and looked at and taken pictures of, but we didn't really feel super inclined because there was cooler stuff to take pictures of. For instance, once you left the Geopark, which was this one small area of the beach, if you walked along, there was this long pathway, and you could pass the Geopark and actually walk along this pathway to a really beautiful overlook. And you could kind of see, we saw it past the Geopark and decided to follow the trail up along to this overlook. And you could see the water on either side of the path, and you could see, it was kind of late afternoon, so the sun was shining, and it was by the beach. There's lots of wildlife, and it was cool because there were these interesting tide pools, and they were tide pools, but they were almost like craters. So there were very interesting rock formations here, and a lot of history in the area, so I've been told. But it was in Chinese, and so there's history, we just don't know what it is. I need a book. But there's a lot of flowers, and it was absolutely beautiful. So along the way, we also found this really cool kind of lighthouse thing, and it was kind of open. There weren't any signs saying you couldn't climb it, so of course we climbed it. And we got some of the best views of all. So that was well worth it. You could see the kind of sheer drop down the sides. That was exciting. But it was absolutely a beautiful place, and we're glad we went.